In October 2008, Young Life Ireland hosted our first informational dinner near Dublin. Our evening brought together influential leaders from both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. Bob Mitchell, Young Life's retired president, spoke about the possibilities of Young Life in their country. It was refreshing to see two groups who historically never saw themselves on the same side of any issue unite around a desire to have kids develop a significant relationship with Jesus.
Kids don't care what we know about them until they know that we care.
I work with a few community organisations where there is a welling up again of problems at a community level because young people just don't know where to direct their anger and their frustration.
As you know, the Irish Church has really been in decline for about 100 years. And there's a number of reasons for that. The economic development fueled the kind of secularism, materialism that's there. But more than that, as young people and old looked at the church, what they saw there, they just didn't like and have left the church in large numbers.
There has in many ways been, in some ways, a spiritual deadening because of the material affluence, but yet a retention of some sort of searching.
And I'm drawn to Young Life because they know how to connect this incredible message of the gospel with kids who really aren't even interested in it initially.
Biblical principles of building relationships with young people and proclaiming the gospel story are cross-cultural.
Young Life is custom made for kids throughout their adolescent years, and I have been trying to translate it into what I would say are the Irish standards. It's easier for me to use ages. For folks that are 14 to 18 years old, we would use a program called Young Life, which is an older group. For folks that are in the 11 to 13-year-old, we have a younger program that's more energy, activity-driven called Wildlife. And we are hoping to start both of those here in Ireland in the next year. Since 1941, Young Life has been making a difference in the lives of kids around the world because we're invited and supported by adults who care about kids in their community. Wherever you find Young Life in the world, you'll find adults who also care deeply about their kids and other kids in their community. And at the most basic level, from the inside and out, these are the people that support us and encourage us and help make Young Life successful. Because they work with us as volunteer leaders, helping in clubs and helping with activities. They work as what we call committee members, the adult advisory boards that work and kind of guiding that and directing that. Many of them parents of kids is when they first get involved, and they're working for multiple churches and multiple denominations and religions. And then some foolishly make the choices like Jackie and I did, and they join staff. And they become staff as well. And so after being involved as a volunteer or committee or whatever, they may actually choose to come and join us on staff. And so as you experience Young Life this evening, I hope that you'll think about each of those contact points. Each of you have a chance and an opportunity to maybe share some of that with us.
What a joy for Claudia and for me to be here with you. It's always exciting to be in on something on the ground floor, things that are just getting going. You never know which direction it'll go, and just the anticipation of it, the excitement. And so we share the joy and wonder of just seeing what it is that God may wish to do in your wonderful country. We love it here and appreciate especially your coming tonight and being part of the beginning of something extremely important. There's nothing really more significant than what happens to young people in any country, whether it be Ireland or wherever. I remember a gathering of Christian leaders years ago who published their records of things they talked about. And they came out with a wonderful statement, very significant for us here tonight. And it was this: the future of humanity lies in the hands of those strong enough to give future generations reasons for living and for hoping. That describes the mission of Young Life. That's what it's about. Giving young people who may be alienated, who may feel abandoned, who may be estranged even from their own homes and are being brought up perhaps in a broken culture or wherever they are, how important it is that we give all young people reasons for living and for hoping.
Young Life specialise in reaching kids who have no church connection. And increasingly in Ireland we have that. The place where this demise of the church shows itself most clearly is within youth culture.
And I think as we look to a new generation, what we want to do is help them to reconnect with the real spiritual values, help them reconnect with who Jesus was and why he came. And to encourage the churches. I don't see it as an opposition to the churches. I think that the role of Young Life in reaching young people who the churches can't reach will in many ways help to renew the churches, help to refresh them and give them a renewed vision for what they can do.
And in the context of Ireland, where we've had such really racial divide under the guise of sectarianism between Protestant and Catholic, when Young Life stand up to speak, they speak free from those hindrances and that history.
My hope and prayer for Young Life is that it will flourish across the island of Ireland and may lead to some reconciliation in the part that I come from, and perhaps bring folks together across the island.
And having allowed kids the opportunity to hear about Jesus, they then work hard at helping them grow in their faith and become young leaders, both in the community and in their churches. And what's not to like about that? If we can do that in Ireland, how wonderful.